did anything. Okay, hi. Hi guys. So look, um we're having a wonderful rainy day. It's wonderful. It's like wonderful and rainy. I love it. This is my favorite time. I'm sorry, let me push this back. Just one like click so you can kind of see me. We've been out. We are actually um Max is asleep because it's raining and it's such a good idea. Uh I am supposed to actually formulate a plan, savings plan, because remember when I went out on the road, I started doing my reverse saving plan. When I was doing my reverse saving plan, it saved my Tahunka. So obviously, I'm back to doing the reverse saving plan. So it is harsh out there right now. It's a little bit windy, a little bit rainy. We're staying and we're sheltering in place. There are some gorgeous, gorgeous birds out here. They're making a lot of noise, but they're drinking of the partaking of the rainwater, and they're doing a good job. So we're just chilling in place and making the most of it. We got dressed early. We didn't. Dog's drinking water. But we didn't really. We're just trying to stay warm. It is a little bit cold today. Um, and we're doing pretty good. Like I said, we got up early. We tried to do a little bit more in terms of trying to figure out prices of land, prices of this, prices of that. And we're doing really, really well. I am actually doing extremely much, much better today. I actually don't actually want to say that everything is going well with everyone because I don't speak for everyone. I don't speak for any organization, and I certainly don't have to. I manage my own, and that's the way it is. And I hope that other people do. There's been a little bit of speculation. Oh, God. Okay. My double-sided tape, which is sticking to my very nice sweater I just purchased. So it's kind of putting a lack of splendor in my life. I'm going to take a little bit of a swig of water. But this is the way of life, is that you have to keep going forward and keep going forward. So what I kind of have planned today is just to make sure that things are going pretty swimmingly in terms of the day and the flow. What do you do on a rainy day, right? I mean, you take advantage of the downtime. Maybe you taking a few movies, taking a nap. Some people have their most productive work. They get their best runs in. So what do? I mean, right now, I bought in the car a pair of socks, which my dog might be resting on, and a pair of boots so that I could walk out in the rain. But it's not like super, super duper, cold out. Puxatawny feels that we'd have an extended, kind of a cold spell. And that's exactly what's kind of been going on. We've had kind of an extended, you know, cold spell, which has really been nice for us because we're feeling temperatures in the 50s and the 60s, but it's not like super, 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 super cold. Although it's been, the temperatures have been doing really well. So for our area, right, and it has been well. So we have been doing really well. I have to say that sometimes you get adopted and sometimes you get, not adopted. So a lot of times, Americans wish people would do more for other people. So what I encourage people to do was to open up a dynasty trust, because you can't really see into the future, right? But all the brokerage firms hold a dynasty trust. And depending on which state you live in, there might not be one, right? It might be you get your money to your lifetime and then you send it over to somebody, and then they have your inheritance money, whatever, how much that is, or whatever insurance policy you have. And they have to do the best they can do, right? Underneath all of that, you have you have to kind of think about what it is that you want to leave a legacy and who you want to leave a legacy to. Because basically all this means is that there's an account, aside from your money from retirement and the work you do, the system building on the side. It takes most firms, you let you build money up in the account, in a side cash account before you do anything anyway. So just having your money in a brokerage firm is not a bad idea. It lets you not really worry about it, and you can just save money. And when you're ready to take advantage of the markets, you can have a pot of kind of money you never missed anyway, just sitting there, and you can kind of take advantage of it. So one of the things I've always loved is having my HSA, because that's your medical high deductible. And what happens is you add money to the HSA, and then when you do have to go to the hospital, the maximum out of pocket is covered by a portion of what you've already saved. Or if you don't have to have a huge medical bill, it covers the deductible. So it can cover part of your deductible, meaning it may or it may not. But it's supposed to cover some things like prescription, maybe, I don't know, like some of your prescriptions and some of the things you get from like the drugstore, especially like if you have, but most of the time it's sitting in an investment portfolio, part in and part out, because you need cash on the outside as well as in investments. So up to a certain point you invest half, you keep half of it out. And so you have to keep building, like, and putting funds in, and this stays with you for your lifetime. Once you get a high deductible or an HSA, once you get a high deductible at any point, you get the HSA. So the health savings plan goes with any high deductible. So even if you only owe $750 and you have to meet that minimum deductible before they cover anything, you would have to pay, somewhat out of pocket, but you would be paying from the cash portion of the HSA health saving account, until you have, and then the portion that you work with just sends out like a dividend and reinvest. So even though mine is like it's still on, I'm older, but it's still on the smaller side. It helped me with some dental work that I needed done, things like that. And I think at the last minute, I don't know if I went with the dental work or repaid it or whatever, but you have to use it the way you see fit to use it. And this really helps out a great deal. And so, what I would just say is, with the charitable giving, there are two types of accounts that really, really go kind of above and beyond, because the Dynasty Trust you can use for anything. Say you die, you think for all your life you've had like asthma, right? And you want to give to asthma research. Well, you can just say, take this bucket of money when I'm done and give it over to asthma research. Or anyone at a hospital that comes in, the first 1,000 people that come in, you're going to pay for their nebulizer treatments at this hospital and this hospital over here. So for when you die, all of a sudden, the first 1,000 here and the first 1,000 there get paid for of a nebulizer, and that's what gets paid for. So it's like, oh no, we've covered that. How's that covered? and there'll be some way for them to put it in the system that the first 1,000 go out for medical care and your well-being. Okay, so and it may be adaptable to other things that deal with respiratory. So they may not give you, you have to be pretty specific that you just wanted for that. And it's irrevocable. So in case nobody needs nebulizers again, I recommend that you kind of just say respiratory, because you never know what's going to happen. We had COVID, right? That was a respiratory infection. And so we want to make sure that you put things in place that cover a variety. So it's better, even if you want it, even if you don't think it, because it's irrevocable in some of these trusts, you want to make sure that you make it a broader base and limit it in case you want funds to come out each year out of the interest of the account in order to pay for certain things. Because what happens is, it's kind of like the fund they had for the World Trade Centers. They had a trust set up, people put money in it, but then it quickly dried up because they didn't stop at a certain point. They just kept going, and that's the way it appears as though it's kind of dried up. So right now, my favorite, time of year is, of course, 4th of July holiday and remembering our freedoms, right? Every year I've always wanted to do fireworks, and I have done fireworks earlier because we were living in DC proper, and we could like fireworks, fountain fireworks, nothing too, bad. So I just wanted you to know that several states have made fireworks legal. It's been a whirlwind experience, and it has made people a lot happier. They do this every 4th of July, and they make it easier for people to be able to purchase fireworks in Pennsylvania. And I know that's a lot. It's asking a lot. It's a big ask. But they do have some really good discounts to go along with it. So I was just going to say, if you can catch the discount, and I'm not affiliated with them, but if you can catch the in-store discount, really paying an extra $20 for something isn't going to kill you. So I would say, considering the discounts that were in the store when I went, it was hard to walk away. I walked away because my priorities are changing, and I have to regulate the priorities. I can always watch someone else's fireworks. It's a lot harder to be going around and carrying fireworks for even another 2 or 3 months, right? So we have April, May, June, and then we hit, July, right in the beginning. So I mean, we're almost done with April too. So it's like more like 2 months and a couple of days, right? So we just, it's still, but carrying something like that, and I've never had a trailer. I wonder what other nomads are doing out there and how they handle like carrying their trailer stuff. But like I said, it's not just me here, it's the dog too. And I don't want him to kind of be like, oh, hey. I just saw this and I was chewing on the box, Mom. Nothing wrong with that, right? Because he loves paper. So we would have to be even super, super careful because of his love of paper. And it's not just paper, it's paper destruction. So it would be one thing if he loved paper and he was just like, I'm laying on it, it's really great, I'm a cat. No, he's more like, I am totally going to destroy this piece of paper, and I've done it for you, Mom. Let me show you what this is. I got this. It's in my ear, but it's all torn up now. Yeah, when this happens with your first $5 bill, you will never forget it, especially if you're in my family. Because you will look at that $5 as if, are you kidding? So when like people would come in my house and be like, wow, that's like perfect. It's really clean. And I'm be like, yeah, it's because of McFiddles tore up a $5 bill. Otherwise, I wouldn't have cleaned this house. even to this degree, you know. So yeah, there's a little bit of a torture story in there, but a learned lesson, okay? You know, so yeah, you know, yeah, your first cake that explodes in your oven, you may not want to bake cakes after that. You may watch the cake more carefully, right? So there was just a lesson learned in the $5 being destroyed. So not that I haven't destroyed plenty of $5 bills by spending them and giving them to somebody else. But when I saw that type of destruction, I was mad because it was gone, okay? Now, it's against the law to actually, I think it's against the law to actually destroy tinder. So, yeah, but there was very, very little that I could do at that particular point. So, bad dog, but good dog, right? Because he taught me a lesson. Be very careful around me with paper, mommy. Because I can't tell the difference between a tissue and a $5 bill. So, and speaking of these things, if you put $5 into certain accounts, it really works a lot for your favor. So try to put something in an account, even if it's just $5, because if you can put that $5 on auto, I mean, believe it or not, it doesn't seem like a lot, right? But 5 times 12 is 60, right? So at the end of the year, you'd have $60 that you didn't have in the beginning of the year. And it all adds up because I have had plucky comic relief where all I needed was like 60 extra bucks. And I'm going to warn you that I had a place to go looking for it, okay? I just needed 60 more bucks, you know? And then you're just like, what? There's that 60. I mean, this is hypothetical, but you know what I mean? You're just like, you know, I just need 60 more bucks. If I could just go to this place and get here, I'd be all right. And a lot of people say that, you know, I just need 20 more bucks. I just need 40 more bucks. I just need 5 more bucks. But they go to like 12 different, 20 different people to get that more bucks, right? So they're, you know, they're asking everybody, can I get that for 20? Can I get that 20? Can I get that 10? In this particular case, you self-funded your way out of the ask. So, you know, when you're punking somebody and they're like, oh my God, here comes my cousin Kelly again, asking for a loan, asking to borrow some money, asking for an orange, you know, and it's like, I come up there and I'm like, and they're like, what's up with you? I'm like, everything's fine, you know, and you're just like Pee Wee Herman in it, right? Unapologetically, right? So, and then they're just like, well, you seem happy. You sure you don't need something? You sure you don't want something? And I'm like, I'm good. So that's it. And you're just happy. Because for the first time in your life, when you turn 45, you were able at 47 to do something you ain't ever been able to do. What? And that was be your own self-lender. You're like, oh my God, I'm an adult. I'm adulting. What? That's right. And that's like, what? I's growing up. It's like, how much money do you have? I have $60. Because you know that this bill is 63. Womp womp. No, that did not happen. But you just, you kind of, but you see what I'm going with this. A lot of people will put money in a sock. Some people put money in a care for me box, a care for me envelope. I care for ma. I cuff them up, okay? And they'll be like, girl, do you have money to come out with us? Because last time, 2, 3 years ago, 10 years ago, you were just like, I'm broke. Who's going to pay for my drinks? 20 years ago, you were like, I don't know where I'm doing. I ain't got no job. I'm really grateful my dad gave me money to sit at this table with y'all. Now, when I see you and you say no, man, we say no. Ain't nobody want to be paying for you. And I'm like, wait. But I have 60. You need to save that. You're a nomad. I'm like, no, no, you need to save your money. You're home. Less of you. And I'm like, what? No, I'm no man. Nobody wants to be a monad. Nobody chooses that lifestyle. I'm like, 10. Don't give me a statistic. Now. You can't go to no burr. You can't do a burr crawl. You're going to go into debt. And I'm like, I won't. I save money just for the occasion. And they're like, no. Do you even have money? Do you even have a credit card this time? Excuse me. I'm like, yeah, I have a credit card. They're like, sure, right. Well, we'll see if we can put you in a room with someone, but you're going to have to pay your way, and nobody's going to pay for your lifestyle choices, Missy. And I'm like, I'm fine. I grew up. Positive. Because my dog ate $5. And what? Your dog ate $5? Oh my God. That radio dog of yours? Well, he ate $5. Then what happened? Well, I learned to save money. Girl. Well, how much you say? I can't tell you because, people. But it's more than $60, but less than what I ain't going to tell you about. Oh. So you have the $60 for a trip. You can pay for the ball. And you can go to the ball and you can get your $60. Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah, I guess that's cool. Okay. So you a nomad, right? Nomad. But not gypsy, right? Not like sorcerer, right? Don't be doing anybody's cards. No, I don't do that. What? What? Okay. And then you're not going to be like glimpsing, are you? No, I'm good. I don't glimpse anything. Mostly not. Girl, what you doing? Are you glimpsing? No, you just have time to come out. What was that? I felt a breeze. What was that? Wait, are you stealing my soul? Is the wind blowing again? No, was that you? Just tell me. It wasn't me. All right, let me turn around and make this girl cheese sandwich out here. What? Oh my God, the fire went out. What? You do want a grilled cheese, right? Okay. Well, then cool it now, okay? I know it was you. Here's your grilled cheese. I'm Peggy Fat Dog. What do you think? So, like, sometimes, right? Sometimes. And that's my little skit for how people interact with me. Dismissively, contrarianly, but yet lovingly, right? I ain't gonna grilled cheese, okay. So, yeah. So, anyway, that's it. And sometimes people are really nice, sometimes people are super up there. And, you just have to kind of see what goes on. Now, I do need to do a little bit of practice with my asthma because I am a wheezy king, a queen and king right now of the king of wishful thinking. So, whew, oh my goodness. So, I'm going to use my saline packs and see if I can get this machine working. And I have to just use my USB cord and I'll see if I can get that working. So do your treatments, do your treatment. And once, yeah, I think I'll get the wheezing out and it should be fine. So I am extremely happy about the 2 accounts. Like I said, they kind of just protect you against yourself, right? But don't put stuff in it. It's different. These are 2 different accounts. So it's different from your savings account. The savings you can touch, and you can keep on touching it as long as you got savings in it, right? On the other hand, the HSA and the charitable giving account, whatever, in perpetuity, dynasty, think Ming Dynasty vase, that is something you can't touch. But for all intents and purposes, there is a workaround, right? So we'll talk about that sometime later, and you'll have to talk to your brokerage firm about that, because I would rather you take a webinar lesson and learn more about the products that are offered by your institution and your bank and take advantage of that, because now is the time, now is the hour. It's always your time. It's always your turn. And it's always a good idea to just mix up stuff a little bit. Some people keep it simple. Have a checking, have a savings. With all due respect, that is just the way it should be for everyone else, right? No, personal finance is personal. But when you're like me and you're no good at, and you see that money in the checking and the savings, it's always nice to put it into the Village Idiot prevention account. And with these accounts, it means that I can eat later on next year. It's like somebody be like, you ain't got no money. You're running out of money. This is all you have, and you can't do nothing, and you think you all that, and la 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 la, and I don't know why you doing $60. You ain't got, and your bills need to be paid, and you this, and you that, and na na na, and na na na, and I'm like, okay, I get it. You don't want me to do this if I'm doing that, right? So here's the rule of thumb. When you go through the baby steps, yes, you're not supposed to have a credit card. You're supposed to pay down all your debt and then cut the card, right? Because if you cut the card, you can't go into debt anymore and you can't have any kind of standby. But this will allow you to put all your money towards building the wealth. And that's the only thing. You'll see how fast it builds because you get to put your whole check just about at any one particular time, once you paid off all your bills, into savings, into investments. But they say you only need to do 15% on your investment. Everything after that is like, let's see where we want to put it, and save, and then see where you want to put it, and save. So a lot of people just go, well, I'm going to put it over here because, I don't need it. And if I need it for later, I'll have it. So that's not what I mean by like perpetuity account, even you needing it, okay? It would, to me, what I mean when you need it like later and you need to have access to it, I would choose something else like the second savings or checkings account to do the reverse, the reverse saving plan, which says that the first week of January, you do $52. Or the first week of January, you do $1, which is, not the reverse. And so that's, you would do a forward moving plan, and then that's how you would keep yourself organized to have immediate funds, okay? So immediate funds is more important than later in the day funds. No, they both take priority in their different ways. Having a minimum, having a baby emergency fund is one of the first things, right? That's baby step one. But before you can have a baby emergency fund of $1,000 or $2,000, whatever one you feel comfortable with, you have to get current on your bills. And if you don't do that, what's the point of having the budget? Meaning, you have to break down what you owe on a monthly basis, and then you have to start to prioritize which one is going to get the extra cash that you get paid. So when you satisfy and check off all the budget bucks, the categories in your budget, and you say, I have this bill. And so you have fixed bills, you have irregular bills. You have fixed bills, you have irregular bills. And those fixed bills are fixed. They're like car, house, insurance. That's all fixed. The irregular bills might be something like if you have a credit card bill, or if some month you run into a birthday, or if some month you run into a vacation, and they're like, well, let's all go on this big vacation. I have a hotel over here, and I'm going to get 7 rooms, and you guys can just pay me back by app. So that's what I mean. You have to focus on what's important to you and put that in a budget line item somewhere under recreation, right? Or entertainment. So, and that's what I mean. So if you find that you're doing your budget and you run into credit card 1, 2, 3, 4, then you have to put in the requirements for how you're going to pay that off. The fixed budget items, they pay off in a certain amount of time. And they'll tell you, I have a car. My car loan is for 3 years, and then I'll be paid off my car loan. Or my car loan is for 7 years, and I'll be paid off my car loan. So you have to make the switch and the change and say, do you want to add extra to it to pay it off faster? So the rule of thumb with cars is if you get a car per Susie Orman, because she doesn't want you to have credit card debt either, but if you get if you get a car, she would rather you pay it off in 2 years. Dave Ramsey, I think he's pretty flexible if you can pay it off in 2 years. So the important part is, can you pay off your car note in 2 years? If you can do that, that's great. If you can't, then you at least have 7 years to pay it off. You might pay more in interest, but that's the token of that. So I would say you have a lot going on anyway in your budget when it comes to everything that you put in there. And it's hard to space it out. So a lot of times people start to space things in, and then they say, I'm going to give up this, I'm going to give up this, I'm going to give up this, I'm going to give up that. And that's where the extra money comes from. So you don't look for the money out there, you look for it within your budget. Within your existing income is the wealth building that you need. So that's where you find it. You working, you making money, that's your That's how you build the wealth, because you have to believe that what you have coming in is going to fit the budget that you want. And if you have stuff that you pay for and you'll be like, oh, you know what? You're right. I love this, having piano lessons, but I have been taking them for 5 years. And now we're more of a band, but I still pay, you know? It really feels like I'm being tortured here, because I would play anyway, right? So you have to say, okay, I didn't want to take money away from you, but I'm going to have to, because we need to pay this bill down. So that's what you do. So then you're not crying, about it. You're not worried about it. And I'm sorry, I'm so tired. But this gives you an opportunity to realign. So if you were paying her $60, you can say, bam, I found $60. Oh, by the way, can we talk about this? Because now that I feel like I come over as a band, I feel like maybe you should pay me the cut of the money or something. Or maybe, I love that, I pay you, but if I need to go someplace else, I need to go someplace else. And it's a hard conversation, right? But you might say, it's worth it. I want to stay there. I want to do what I can do. I don't want to rock the boat. But you have to find it somewhere. Is it a subscription service? Is it a magazine service? What's got you down? Are you buying 50 books a month instead of going to the library? Are you, buying, are you, can you get a cheaper phone? Can you get a cheaper phone plan? And that's where you start to see, because you might be eligible for a free phone given the state of the things that are happening in the economy. So that's that's what would happen. So then you could eliminate that phone bill, okay? And that's the way that goes. So you're finding little places to eliminate things, and you become your best bud. And then you can put things into the first bill that's there. Now, normally with Dave Ramsey, I would say the first 3 months, I think they say the first 3 to 5 months, most people pay off about $9,000. So it's just good old fashioned laying down the budget and making the priorities. So it's really interesting. So I have to say it, do it all over again, saying, hey, I'm glad I'm doing it all over again. But I didn't have to go and sink so low, right? So that's about it. So we'll have to see what happens. Now I've seen they have these things where you can have like a pop-up tent over like a sleeping area bed, and then you'd have your bike in front. So you wouldn't even be necessarily paying for gas. You would just be having a semi-electric bike that you plug in, maybe even use solar to plug in, and then you would have maybe some type of a generator, and you'd have a place to sleep inside a tent when it comes to weather like this. And you would have so much more money at that point, but you'd also have to get used to being in the tent. So it depends on how much you. So. The bells are making me fall asleep. Woo! So soothing. So that's the advantage. I couldn't sleep before, And when I ask God to help me sleep, He now helps me sleep. I am tired girl. So I'm actually grateful. With the HSA, always keep a record of your stuff because you can actually use it as partial retirement too. So just take a look at that and how you want that to go down. I didn't realize it was going to be bells are ringing so long, but I'm very grateful. And then you can use part of that for your retirement. Once you turn 65, that money is supposed to make itself available for more than just medical. So it's really nice. You have to decide what you want to do. Anyway. Take care of yourself. Try to take care of others. And keep it simple. If you see me riding a bike, and my tent box is behind me. Wow. This rain is so soothing. Even my dog, he just like woke up to take a look. Got that look on his face. Hey, pretty boy. Oh, you look at my hair. Oh, you're so kind. You're so precious. So anyway, enjoy your day. And remember, open up the checking account. You'd be surprised how fast the money slips out of your hand. But with the bank account, you can hold it away. I also recommend certificates of deposit. Sometimes they offer a little bit of a respite. Sometimes the minimum is 6 months to a year. And then at the end, you earn interest and you get that back. So take a look and see if you want to do the things that they have tempted you to do, which is save your money and then add a little interest. It's really just preparing you for long term, not touching your money. And it's a really good idea. So thank you guys. Have a great day and check your bank for what they offer. Talk to them. I'm not a CPA. This is for morning. This is for entertainment purposes only. And so get your bills together, start to do that budget, and start to work on what you think is important. That's the important thing of life. You set the priority. And if you need to, go to your bank and have them help you. Right now, they have a lot of webinars and Zoom sessions on trying to help you become a better banking person, right? Because you're the banker's banker, right? So you might want to get really good at it, right? So to see if you can do better and have them help you. There's nothing wrong with just finding out the information on Google or going to them. Have fun and take it easy. Bye.